Pocket gophers are burrowing rodents that get their name from the fur-lined external cheek pouches or pockets that they use for carrying food and nesting materials.
What the?
Also, you can kill a bug with window cleaner. There's lots of folks relating jokes, laughing till they wheeze and they cough, and sitting on bar stools, they're drinking till their bellies go soft. Me, I've been staring at a photograph, thinking that I've been better off. I walk the duplex, spraying Windex on insects too big to hide, living in penance for the sins that I always denied. And hey, there's gonna be some wreckage when your dreams and your habits collide. This is a gospel song. This is a gospel song. Hey, I've been waiting here all night long to sing you a gospel song. There's pocket gophers in penny loafers running around my attic all night. They're racing through the fiberglass, giving me a terrible fright. I go up and try to stalk them, but they scurry when I turn on the lights. They keep me up nights, collecting insights. You know what I could have done just to do right, sorting through the misery, mixing the regret with the spite. You were quiet with your evidence until you had enough to indict. This is a gospel song. This is a gospel song. Hey, I've been waiting here all night long to sing you the gospel song. I howl to the heavens, Lord, I try to do right by you. And a voice come back says, boy, you've got the wherewithal. You just ain't got to follow through. You just ain't got to follow through. And I saw your new man driving your van. And you were in the passenger seat, riding to the grocery store, maybe to the honeymoon suite. I don't know. 'Cause when the going round came round, driving down River Street, that's when I wrote you a gospel song. This is a gospel song. Hey, I've been waiting here all night long to sing you a gospel song. This is a gospel song. This is a gospel song. It just goes to prove I ain't too far gone to sing you a gospel song. Thank you. They had, like, we get treated great. They had free cups backstage. I still bought a $4 Indiana University cup just for you guys earlier today. This is a great town, Bloomington. I've been here once a few years ago for a Gizmos concert, if anybody remembers the Gizmos with Tim Carroll. If not, I was still here a few years ago for a Gizmos concert. And it's a really cool town. My favorite town, though, is a town called Sheboygan, Wisconsin. There's a lot of partying that goes on up there in Sheboygan. There's a lot of football. There's a lot of interesting stuff. I went there January 1st, the first day of this year. I spent in Sheboygan and then went to Green Bay. And my friend Ole, you know, New Year's Eve in Wisconsin, people often will drink on New Year's Eve up there. And I went to the Packers game, the tailgate the next morning, which of course was very early, a 12 o'clock game, and so it's, you know, 7 or 8 o'clock, and we ran into Ole, and Ole was looking kind of hard, you know, kind of tough, and Ole, how's it going, man? Oh, Jeez. Morning like this, if you just get the first beer down without throwing up, I figure you're doing good. He goes, I'm doing okay. Consider that, and then think about, I don't want to preach to you people, but I do want you to think about this, that if our lives are like divinely inspired, if there was a plan, you know, millions of years ago for what we were supposed to do, you know, every hair is numbered like every grain of sand, like Dylan said, and that means that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you're in exactly the right place doing exactly the right thing, no matter how bad it looks to other people. The Lord is, maybe He's brought us here tonight, and you know, this is a song that involves all these things. I went to church one Sunday, and I heard the preacher say that God knew 10 million years ago the things we'll do today. It's all predestination, and I figure what it means is that we do all these things that we do because God wills us to do these things. That's why I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again, Sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. Everything according to the Master's plan. Yeah, I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. And it's not for us to understand the things that He divines, to shout or curse or praise, but it was He who wrote your lines, or maybe she. He decides our mortal fate, scholar, star, or fool. He meant for me right now to be right here on this bar stool. Sitting in Sheboygan drunk again, Sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. Everything according to the Master's plan. Yeah, I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. And I would not change this lot He left me, even if I could. The life that He breathes into me is sweet and fine and good, so long as I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again, Sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. Everything according to the Master's plan. Yeah, I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. I said everything according to the Master's plan. Yeah, I'm sitting in Sheboygan drunk again. Todd Snider song for y'all to hear. It comes out in a few weeks on the internet, and it comes out, Todd's album comes out, it's called The Devil You Know, and it comes out in August, and I got some listens at it, and it sounds awfully good, and one of the songs on there is a song called Thin Wild Mercury, and he and I wrote it, and it's about a guy named Phil Oakes. Phil Oakes was a songwriter, a contemporary of Bob Dylan. He was really great, but he didn't dig it when Dylan started going electric, you know? And then Bob Dylan was Bob Dylan and still is. And I love him, and Todd loves him, but what happened one time Phil told Bob that he didn't like his new sort of Thin Wild Mercury sound, that rock and roll stuff. And Bob was quiet about it for a while until they got in this limousine and were headed downtown. And then Bob kicked Phil out of the limousine. Just stop the car and get out. Really happened. Poor Phil Oakes sat in low, hands in his pocket wondering where to go. Watching those taillights leave him behind, he was thrown from the limousine for speaking his mind, like a red-eyed photo to a garbage can. The corner of Hero and also ran. A fragile heart skipped a fragile beat. It's warm in the limousine, cold on the streets of Thin Wild Mercury. Gold lame, don't. It was all over some new Dylan song that Bill had the nerve to say sounded wrong. Dylan stopped the car, words shook like a fist. Phil, you ain't a writer, you're a journalist. Phil, you ain't a writer, you're a journalist. Death of a rebel and a twist of fate. If he ever thought better, he thought too late. Poor Phil Oaks slept through the cracks. Judas went electric and he never looked back. Speed down about 75 times and put some grungy-ass guitars in it. It sounds like a Todd record. You guys have got me here. I have another favorite folk singer named Townes Van Zandt. Right. Somebody was asking me about playing this song, and Townes Van Zandt, did any of you guys ever meet him? He would often end conversations by saying, "Take care." And he almost always signed autographs, "Take care, Townes Van Zandt." And he didn't always adhere to that philosophy personally. He had a song called Lungs, and part of the lyric was, "Won't you lend your lungs to me? Mine are collapsing." And at first I thought it was a metaphor, but I think he was really like looking, and I thought about that a lot. I mean, I thought about it, and I thought that there was a time I probably would have lent Townes my lungs. I think he's that great. And then after a while, I started thinking I'm gonna hang on to mine. Yeah, I met him. I never knew him. I like that song about, "Oh, won't you lend your lungs to me?" I heard him sing it one night when he was too messed up to remember most of the words. After the show, if you could call it a show, I watched a man walk up to him and say, "Let me tell you, I love what you do." Townes Van Zandt said, "That's good, you're one of the few." Then he said, "Take care, take care, take care." A couple weeks later, in a record store, I saw one of his sitting in the used bin. I picked it up, took it to the counter. I was thinking about Townes singing, "Won't you lend your lungs to me?" I drove on home, opened it up. Inside the jacket, written in a shaky hand, a little prayer offered for a stranger, sold for a few dollars. Said, "For Jerry, take care, take care." Trail of a cautionary tale, a stumbling scarecrow way beyond the pale. He blew it all off for the sake of the song. Now the song goes on. The man didn't last long. I got too long. I must attest, I'm gonna hold him pretty close to the vest. No way to sing unless you inhale, exhale, tell the world that he tried. The only thing he failed to do was take care. Take care. Take care. really cool. And we got all sorts of stuff planned. I told a story last night about this guy that I met at a bar in New York City who loved Johnny Cash very, very much. As we all do. But he would actually fight you over the notion that he loved him more than you do. And he learned to love Johnny Cash when he was actually imprisoned himself. And I asked him why he was in prison himself, and he told me what the deal was. He said, well, they said I did this thing, and I said, why would they say that you would do a thing like that, dude? And he said, well, because I did it, damn it. I did it. And I tried to work this thing up about what he had done, and ended up figuring that the more interesting song was the stuff he told me over the next couple hours about maybe what led him to it. So this is a song called One by One. And Dave Elvis Hicks had some lines in this song too, if any of you guys know Dave. Otherwise known as Sticky Dice. He's a man of many aliases. I ain't no honky-tonk hero, but I'm honky-tonkin' all the same. Coming here for years, double jack rocks, don't you act like you don't know my name. You know my name. Hey Larry, you know my name. And I'm tired of all your bullshit. Yeah, you heard me right. If you're gonna throw me out again, it ain't gonna be without a fight. I ain't afraid to fight you. I think I'll do alright. The jukebox sucks and the girls dress like they're working for some people. I ain't no VIP, but I ain't no circus chump. And that's how you treat me, like a circus chump. Let me tell you something. Me and Hamp, we had the run of this place. Me and Hamp and Ashley Fly, and now they're gone without a trace. Like they was never here, and it's just me left in this place. My wife is dead and my oldest boy, he don't talk to me at all. I guess you never knew Junior. He got shot down in the Gulf. Friendly fire. Get that, friendly fire. In the jukebox, it just bangs and pounds. Turn it down a lot. Now I am one of your sweet young things, but I ain't no afterthought. And that's how you see me. Like an afterthought. If man is God's invention and not the other way around, I'd like to ask the good Lord something about the way it all goes down. I want some answers for how it goes down. And I'd say, did you put me here to love these people a little more every day? You teach me how to love them so you could take them all away, one by one, one by one. Come back here, man. I'm dry, you can see I'm dry. What? No. And I won't take a cab. Look me in the eye and mark my words. I'll leave. But I'm gonna go out to my car. I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna drive it through the window of your bar. There's gonna be screens and glass. And you're gonna have to pick up some tabs. And then I'm gonna walk right back and pour myself a double jack. And when the cops come by, they're probably gonna ask you for my name. You tell them my name. Hey Larry, you know my name, Larry. Thank you. According to my Indiana University whiskey glass timer, I think I've got 2 more in me. And we're going to bring up the fabulous Molly Thomas. It's like Sam's the Hourglass, you know. Once it's done, we're done for this part. And Molly's going to come up, and then we're just going to rock the world. Todd is, he's at the top of his game right now. Nirvana is better than Pearl Jam, but I've got another request. See my granddad. Let me tell you people something about picking up women, if anybody's interested. I never figured it out exactly, but my granddad did. And my granddad was from Andalusia, Alabama, a little place down in lower Alabama, and Hank Williams was from around there. My granddad couldn't sing like Hank Williams, he could sing like Bing Crosby. It's weird. I mean, he could really sing like Bing Crosby. And that was good with the chicks back then. And then also, though, one time he was in a shopping mall in Greenville, South Carolina, and some older women thought that he was Jimmy Stewart. A movie actor, it's a wonderful, and he did nothing to dissuade them from this notion. He signed a lot of autographs that day, and let me tell you, if you're looking to pick up mature women and they think that you're Jimmy Stewart, you can do okay. So, he didn't sing like Hank Williams, but he talked just like him, and this is a song called Andalusia about a cat. And he was just a young man, he felt better with a bottle in his hand, and he drank it down like it was gonna cure him, but it didn't cure him, it was poison to him. In Andalusia, it's just another stop on the circuit. Greenville, Brewton, Georgia, and the world was the middle of Alabama. Andalusia, I'm walking through Andalusia, looking for a specter, looking for the fabric, walking down a hot street, straight for a melody. Sounds something like killing me in Andalusia. And my grandmama was from Bay Minette. My granddaddy hadn't met her yet when he saw Hank Williams singing cowboy songs from the flatbed stage on the courthouse lawn, and it was nothing to speak of then. Later on, the old boy made it big, and my granddaddy filled a Cadillac tank 3 years later when the drifter came through Andalusia. He was walking through Andalusia, and he was looking for a barroom fight or some motel sin. Before he got back on the road again, he was just stopping in to Andalusia. Now they paved over that dirt and there's smooth asphalt where the footsteps were, and it looks a lot like every place I've been. No one I know lives here, haven't in a lot of years, and there ain't been no more like them. Hank Williams died at 29. Granddaddy moved to Caroline. He sold spare parts and old cars, and then he sold auto, home, and life. It's a couple of my heroes right there. They have the same flat problem, the same hard stare. But look around here, you won't find no way to go home without the prize. You go home, Andalusia. I'm walking through Andalusia, looking for a specter, looking for the fabric, walking down a hot street. record in all of sports, 755 home runs, and it will be the greatest record in all of sports until this guy beats it, if he does, and then it'll be a sham is what it'll be. And the guy that holds that record right now is from Alabama, from Mobile, and his name is Hank frickin' Aaron, okay? This is a song about a guy who really had to overcome some stuff to get that record and to become, just to get the hell out of Mobile, which wasn't easy, you know? It wasn't easy. Don't know what this song's called yet, it's new. It might be called Hank Aaron. Dice games ended with a flash of a blade. The saw in the wrist, you wanna get paid. Your daddy sold beer at the Black Cat Lounge, and he sold a little shine till the man come around. That's true. Little boy walking through a place like that, he hitting bottle caps with a broomstick bat. He was skinny cause there wasn't much of nothing to eat. Walking through the mud cause there wasn't any street. This was Alabama, down the bay. World looking off the other way. Henry Aaron wasn't looking for a reason to dream. In 47 when a black man signed with a big league team. Jim Crow smiling while the sun beat down on the sandlot field on the wrong side of town. Yeah, they took it all in stride, striding to the ball. Turn of the wrist, crack, jogging, touch 'em all. Screaming out his name, that's when he won the pennant with a four-base knock. The same day they were riding in Little Rock. Up in old Milwaukee, he was MVP. Back in Alabama, he was still not free to drink a beer. In the white man's lounge, not free to have a meal in Mobile downtown. It's true too. Black man rising from the hard, hot South, speaking his mind with a baton out his mouth, holding it inside, striding to the ball, turn of the wrist, crack, jogging, touch 'em all, jogging, touch 'em all. So here's the deal, Hank Aaron kept on hitting home runs, no matter who the pitcher was, Marichal, Koufax, Gibson, Drysdale, he hit home runs off of all those mofos. After a while, he hit so many home runs that people started saying, man, you're not hitting home runs, you're chasing a pinstripe ghost. And that ghost name was Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth held the all-time home run record. The greatest record in all of sports was 714 home runs. And man, they were mammoth home runs. They were moonshot home runs. And he would stand at home plate, hit the crap out of the ball, and his big old belly would jiggle from the aftershock of the blast while we watched it go over the fence. Babe Ruth was, man, he was a lot of stuff. Well, he didn't do performance-enhancing drugs like some of the guys do today. Barry Bonds. He did performance-restricting drugs like some of you guys are doing tonight. Cheers. None of these things, man. Hank Aaron just shut up and hit home runs. Hit home runs. He got closer and closer to that 714, and as he hit those home runs, some people cheered, and then a lot of other people were, they began to hate him. He got death threats, you know? He didn't know when he was standing in the outfield whether he was going to get shot down. All for hitting home runs, all for being a good baseball player, for being maybe arguably a better baseball player than Babe Ruth. And when he finally hit his 715th home run on April the 8th, 1974, look it up when you go home and Google it, you know. April 8th, 1974, and when he hit that thing, his 715th home run to beat the Babe, he rounded third base, and his mother was there waiting on him at home plate. His mother was there waiting on him at home plate. what do you call those big old hair dryers, you know, and she'd sit under there for a long time. And I had on a Braves shirt. And some lady came up to me and asked me who my favorite player was, and I said Hank Aaron. I said Hank Aaron, and she said she didn't like him. She said it was too bad that he had that home run record and that it didn't look like they were ever going to let us keep anything for ourselves. Now, I didn't know that that lady and I had any part of that home run record, and I was a little confused as to how Hank had taken it. I could not tell you that lady's name. I never read about her in a newspaper. Maybe she was in an open one day for all I know, but I never read no like regular articles about her, and I never saw her in magazines, never saw her on TV, not any movies made about her. Hank Aaron, though, Hank Aaron did pretty good for himself. But I do think that, like, it must have hurt him, it must have upset him that the more truth and beauty that he put out into the world, the more lies and ugliness came back at him. Maybe that's the way it sometimes works. Maybe that's the way it works a lot of the time. Maybe that's the way it works. Dice games ending with a flash and a blade. Saw the wrist, you wanna get paid. Daddy sold beer at the Black Cat Lounge, and he sold a little shine until the man come around. A little boy walking through a place like that, hitting bottle caps with a broomstick bat. Skinny cause there wasn't much and nothing to eat. Walking through the mud cause there wasn't any street. And this was Alabama, down the way. Whole world looking off the other way. Henry Aaron wasn't looking for a reason to dream. And when the dream came true, that's when the world got really mean. He opened up the death threats in the mail cause he was taking a hammer to a great white whale. He had no place to hide, he was striding to the ball. Turn of the wrist, crack, jogging, touch 'em all. 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 Crack, jogging, touch 'em all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome from East Nashville, Tennessee, Molly Thomas.
It's Verona. Sharona. That was the whole frozen game, wasn't it? Yeah, Verona is my scooter, thank you. Sharona, but it's not my Sharona, but my Sharona. It's her Sharona. It's her Sharona. I'll be here all week. What about a house of hummus today? Not really made of hummus. Make this more Mediterranean food, that's all. Right down the street.
This song is about, as Peter just told you, it's about a girl named Sharona. And she, I told this story last night too, so I'm sorry if you were here last night. I'm telling the same story again. She was from New Orleans, and she came up to Nashville after the storm. And she's quite a character. I'm a bartender at a hotel bar. And she came in the door, and I thought to myself, oh Lord, there's trouble. She had, crazy bleach blonde hair and lipstick the color of my shirt. And she just had, her aura, everything around her just said, this woman's got a story. And sure enough, she sat down, and she was there for like 3 months. And she had this mysteriousness about her as well, because she would disappear for days, and come to find out she told me her whole story, and she would tell anybody her whole story. It's not like I'm exploiting her right now, because she exploited herself every night, anytime she opened up her mouth. And so I don't feel so bad about talking about Sharona. But her husband was tasered by the New Orleans police before the storm. Well, you know what? There's just all sorts of stories I don't even know.
Who here's been tasered? Couple? Yeah, good picture.
All right, so this song's called Sharona. Your perfume is the only thing that's free. And if he holds you and tells you your perfume is the only thing that's free. children.